Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name's Tina and I'm bobbing along nicely. I hope you've all had a good week. It's been a busy one here for various reasons. I've been especially busy with work, but I thought I'd just do a little catch up with what I've been sewing, where I've been, and I've got something a little bit different for you today in terms of a day out that I had yesterday, and also talk a little bit about my plans for the bank holiday weekend, is what we have here in the majority, but not all of the UK this weekend. So I finished the project that I can't tell you about. That's going to be revealed, I believe it's on Monday. It's the next pattern for the weekend sewing club. I've had a lot of fun making the project, and I did actually get some photographs yesterday, which I'm quite pleased with. The other project I started and finished is a shirt for my husband. This is the Tony shirt by Emporia Patterns. Really pleased with this. He chose the fabric when we were away in Birmingham a few weeks ago. I put a cute little label in. I'm not sure if you can see that. And I had some fantastic buttons. See if I can get these in close. These are by Aga of Buffin's Vintage Buttons. She's on Etsy. I met her at sewing camp actually, and she very kindly helped me choose them. And I think they're brilliant because they look a little bit like lily pads, although in green. I also used the really neat facing tutorial, if you like, that I found on the internet. So this is the lovely neat edge that we have on the button placket and the buttonhole placket. I'm really pleased with the finish, and I did video the process in a little bit more detail because a couple of you have asked for it. So hopefully I'll insert that video now, and then I'll come back to you and tell you what else I've been doing. So I'm doing the facing for the shirt that I'm making for my husband, and I'm starting off by putting the interfacing on in the method that I described in my short the other day. So I've got the fabric right side up and the interfacing with the glue side up. I'm pinning it, and I'm going to sew it along here at about 6mm or 1/4 inch. I'm now trimming really close to that stitching line. Okay, so I've trimmed really quite close to that seam allowance, and now I'm going to turn it through, and this is where you need to spend a bit of time just rolling that edge so that it's nice and neat. Oops, excuse the wobbly camera. And then pin it. This is a bit fiddly, but it's worth taking the time just to get that edge really neat. So what I'm going to do then is very lightly press along there, take the pins out, and then press it as normal with a hot iron. And I actually use a pressing cloth as well, just in case of excess interfacing, so it doesn't stick to the ironing board. And here you go. Here is my front facing interfaced with a really super neat edge. As I said in my previous video, this is not my idea. I learnt this from Sew Lounge over on YouTube. She has a far more in-depth tutorial, so it's definitely worth a watch, and she'll give you more information on pressing and stuff like that. But I thought it was worth trying to explain it in a little bit more detail for you. So as I said, I've had a busy week with work, and yesterday I went out to Aberglasney Gardens in Carmarthenshire, which is about an hour away from where I live. It's a beautiful garden with a cloister garden, which I believe is the only one left in the UK. And I thought while I was there, I'd take some footage. So if gardening is your thing, or you just like looking at lovely spaces, sit back and enjoy my little tour of Aberglasney Gardens. If it's not your thing, fast forward, but I will talk a little bit more about sewing after I've shown you this video.
Yes. Itself up.
I hope you enjoyed that. It's a lovely, lovely space to be, and I really like going there. So it was a good opportunity, having set the exhibition up, to actually go and walk around the gardens, have a nice lunch, and then wander home in time for the weekend. So, as I said, bank holiday, 3 days of sewing, hopefully, before I go back to work on Tuesday. I haven't planned my entire weekend. I've got lots and lots of projects that I'd like to make, but I haven't actually formulated what I'm going to do and in which order. But there is one thing that I'm sewing on a deadline. My daughter's going on holiday in a couple of weeks, and I promised her a swimsuit probably 3 or 4 months ago. This is fabric that I had left over from a swimsuit that I made for myself earlier in the year. It came from Pound Fabrics, and it's really nice to work with. And I have some left over. So the plan is that I'm going to make her a Frankie swimsuit by Edgewater Avenue. It's a pattern I had, doesn't suit me at all. It's not designed for my shape, but we did toile it for her when she was here a few months ago, and it suits her very youthful figure, if you like. So that's what I'm going to be sewing first of all. Once I've done that, I can settle down and think about what I'm going to sew. But I do have a washing line of possibility with lots of fabrics that 2 that I've had from the D-stash and 3 that I've already shown you from recent purchases. So maybe I'll start with those. I'll see how I feel. So before I go, what am I wearing? This is actually a self-drafted dress. My first, and I was really, really pleased with it. This is after I'd been on the pattern drafting weekend in January with my handmade wardrobe with Sarah. And I came home with an idea of wanting to make a really quite straightforward dress, but with a nice sleeve detail, and just something that it's a really nice everyday dress. It's not a dressing up dress. It's just a really lovely, comfortable cotton everyday dress. The fabric is from Paula of the Crafty Lass. And the label, I couldn't resist it. It matched so well. It's from Becky's Sewing Studio. I'm not sure if I can put links in. I don't seem to be able to put links in this vlog at the moment, but if I can, I'll put links to those in the notes afterwards. So that's just a short one from me. I hope you enjoyed the gardens, and I will hopefully do some kind of a video at the end of the weekend to show you what I've been up to. As ever, thank you for joining me. If you want to see more of what I do, please consider subscribing. I'm tantalisingly close to a rather lovely number of subscribers, and I'm eternally grateful for that. As always, I love to hear your comments, thoughts, and just interact with you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.